Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Dan, and today I've got Matt, Emily, and Daniella, and we're going to be talking about Shopify specifically. These girls here, Emily and Daniella, they actually started a successful Shopify store, and they did over 30K in the last 2 months. So we're going to talk about their story. As well, I got Matt here. He is one of my closest childhood friends. He's actually working at Ecom Freedom. He's also an e-commerce star. So basically, we thought that it'd be cool to bring someone new onto the channel, especially because mostly I do like tutorials and stuff like that and how to start online business. But now you can actually hear the story of two girls who knew nothing about business and they went from zero to great success. So first of all, I want everybody to introduce themselves. Matt, go ahead. Who is Matt?
Hey guys, I'm Matt. I work at Ecom Freedom now. I've been doing e-commerce for the last 3 years. And since they started their own business, I've been jumping on, helping them with their work. And then I thought it'd be such a great idea to share their story with you guys, and especially with Dan's audience, just because what they did is so unique. It's from their own house, and it really is like the perfect example of the American dream. And so I just wanted to get them in here and to get them to share their story with you, especially because they did it in COVID.
Yeah, which is huge. So introduce yourselves.
So I'm Emily.
And I'm Daniella, and we're co-founders of Little Piece of Heaven. Basically, we make handmade tie-dye.
But it's on Shopify, and all your customers are through e-commerce, right?
Yeah.
So you guys started on Instagram, and you didn't even think about doing Shopify at all. And what were you doing? You were taking orders just from like people you know, friends and family, right? Posting on Instagram. How did that work?
We basically posted a few pictures of our items on Instagram. Not thinking much of it, but our closest family and friends reached out to us really wanting this product. The first time someone wanted to order something, they're like, how much is the sweater going to be? And we're like,
we have no idea. We didn't think about this. We didn't think that far. Like, we had no idea. It was just really exciting just to get our first order.
And we're like, it's our friend. Like, should we sell it for like
Less?
$10?
Yeah.
Like, what do we do? And we kind of had that conversation. We're like, we're going to make this a business and we're going to sell it for a lot. And it kind of just grew from there. No matter if it was family or friends or whatever, we stuck to our price. We knew our qualities there. We knew it's a really sought after product.
So how did you find that product? Like why tie-dye and why sweaters? Why? Because clothing is pretty saturated. Like personally, I've never sold clothing because I always stayed away and it was fashion. It's just much easier, I thought, to sell, you know, just like everyday objects and brand them properly. So why clothing? Why'd you decide to go into that?
So she's getting married and she's going to have a lot of bridesmaids, and she wanted everyone to basically be like Kylie Jenner on her private jet, and they're all in tie-dye, matching tie-dye. And she wanted that for all the girls. So we kind of reached out to like local tie-dye companies and we asked them, hey, can we get 10 pink tie-dye sweaters? And after looking at them for a bit, we didn't really like them. We saw they were doing it, so we were like, you know what, let's just try and make it ourselves, and we'll see how it goes. So we basically made those 10 sweaters for the girls, and we loved them so much.
They were beautiful.
Yeah, so we liked it so much more than anything we would have bought in. So we're like, you know what, let's put these aside, we'll give them to the girls, but let's buy 10 more and let's try and sell these. So that's basically...
And it kind of just started from 10 sweaters, 1 bottle of dye, a few weird, awkward photos on Instagram.
Yeah.
We try to make it look like LA. I was trying to be cool like them. And
people liked it. People liked those few photos we posted. And then they were DMing us and they're like, hey, like, can we order one? We were like, yeah, like, let's sell it. Let's get more and more colors and more styles. And we kind of just
grew from there.
Yeah.
Did you know how to actually do the tie-dye? Is that like an easy process?
So there was like trial and error. Like we were testing it before we dyed those sweaters. We were testing on like old t-shirts, old whatever. So it did take a little bit of time to kind of like perfect the technique that we do.
And we found our own technique, something that we didn't see anyone else really doing.
So you basically you had this idea to do the tie-dye, but before, did you even consider doing e-commerce? Did you have any thoughts about selling products online, maybe Amazon, something like that, different products?
For a bit, you wanted to sell.
Yeah,
like
I always had kind of the influence from Matt and his friends selling things on Amazon. You'll get some freedom. You'll like do whatever you want with your life.
So it was definitely like in the back of our
like far back.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to think of products. I never really pursued anything, and this just came super naturally. It was just something we personally wanted, couldn't find it, so now we're making hundreds of them.
So you were open to starting something like Amazon because obviously like the freedom and
For sure.
So, and you were trying to think of a product just going throughout your daily life, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are like dental hygienists, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we talk about that. You guys finished, you went to university.
Yeah. So we did a little bit of university.
Just
Petit
little.
peu. Petit peu. Then
We all
then
did.
went to hygiene school and became hygienists. Our job is amazing. It does give us that freedom. We never feel overworked or exhausted or tired. So this becoming a business and us having a job that we loved before is, I think, harder than hating your 9 to 5 and wanting to leave it. We don't want to leave our jobs yet.
Yeah, we haven't left yet. We're like, every day we're kind of thinking about like, should we leave? Like, should we just run this company full time? It's definitely in the back of our mind. And in the future, we do see ourselves kind of running Little Piece of Heaven full time. But we're only 2 months in, so we're kind of still thinking about like, what's the kind of best way to go
We
about
know
it.
the answer. It's just a little,
Just, we need that push.
little.
But that's interesting because most people that they start an online business, and you know, I've coached thousands of people. Most people they hate their 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
They're overworked. They're stressed out. They're borderline depressed, and they're just
Yeah.
looking for a way out. So
Yeah.
you saying that you never hated your 9 to 5 job. Is
Yeah.
that both of you? You never.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you were like, yeah, we enjoy. Like, did you? I guess did you work 5 days a week, or how was your schedule?
So yeah, before starting this company, we worked 4 to 5 days a week. But definitely when we returned to work after COVID, we were like, okay, we definitely can't be working 5 days a week. Like, we need to focus more time on this company. So we did cut back our days and hours. So we're only working 3 days a week, and then the rest of our days were basically
Yeah. So
All day.
we're pretty lucky.
that we're kind of able to cut back on days and choose our hours and work kind of how we want to.
If we had a straight 9 to 5, we would not be able to run this company at all.
No.
It's just, it takes a lot out of you. We're working more on this company than we ever did working at our 9 to 5,
Yeah.
like our career job, which is super interesting. We're working 24 hours a day now.
But it doesn't even feel like work. Like, we're back at home after a 6-hour shift from dental hygiene, and we're so exhausted. And then we wake up at 8 a.m. and we work literally till past midnight, and it was a fun day overall.
Doing the tie-dye.
Doing
Yeah,
the tie-dye
tie-dye.
is...
And so
yeah.
it's like, describe that. Is it literally like in the bathroom? How are you like?
Those are secrets.
Okay. Trade secrets.
Yeah, we're basically like working from home in our bedroom. We're
Doing the tie-dye yourself.
doing the tie-dye, we're packaging, we're taking orders, we're kind of all of our inventories in that room, so we're kind of working out of one room. But
So you guys running any ads at all?
yes.
Yeah, so at the beginning we weren't, and things were going really, really well, and the market became super saturated. Since tie-dyeing is, let's say, a simple thing, like Walmart would sell you a kit with the shirts and everything. Everyone does it. And since it got super saturated, we needed that little boost. This was probably a month into it, so even before ads, we made 15, and then after ads, we still made 15. But probably because it got so saturated, we wouldn't have been able to continue that success.
So the ads really helped you, and that's where Matt came in, right?
Yeah.
So talk like how did you help them out?
Well, I mean, from the start, I just want to give some backstory about Emily. Before this,
like, why is he
we were good friends, right, growing up, and so she's in my friend group, and we would probably make fun of her the most for being lazy, and she would actually say, "Yeah, my dream is to stay in bed," and so my dream is literally to sit on the couch and watch like Netflix. I love that, and like you worked a few times a week, and then now, like you guys said, you guys are working for yourselves.
Yeah, we're working like
and
crazy.
they're working literally all day, every day. They're on their phone. Anytime we're hanging out, she's always on her phone, head down, and Daniella's here too. So like,
But it's just super fun. It doesn't even feel like work. Like, if I had to work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday at a desk job, I don't even know what I would do to myself. I'm someone who loves just chilling at home, chilling with my friends. Like, I don't like to work, but working for yourself is so liberating. You can kind of do what you want when you want. You want to go grab a coffee with a friend for a quick hour during the day, you can go and do that. So it kind of gives you the freedom to do what you want, and you don't have to kind of answer to anyone but yourself. So it doesn't even feel like work.
So did you how much money did you start with, or did you need any money to start with?
I think we started with
$200.
$200.
Just a little bit of money for inventory, a little bit of dye, and we kind of sold
200 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
Canadian.
So that's like 150 US or something, right? So that's even less. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we took those profits and bought more sweaters. Took those profits, bought more sweaters.
Yeah.
Wait, but you
The
guys
next question.
no, but you guys started by buying white sweaters off of Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you guys actually went and found, because we were talking on the phone about this, we were trying to find white sweatpants, right?
Yeah.
Because those were
Yeah.
really in demand.
Yeah.
I went on AliExpress, and then what happened after that? So I told you guys
I
totally
remember
that.
all that.
We were
Oh
having
my
a long
God.
conversation.
But
Feels so long ago.
even before the sweatpants, we were just getting sweaters off Amazon, and they were pretty expensive. We weren't making that much off of them, so we actually kind of found was it manufacturer, wholesaler?
Wholesaler.
So we found a wholesaler for cheaper, so we can buy more sweaters and kind of make more money off of them.
Was this before? So when you had the idea of doing the tie-dye, right away, did you know that you would have to do the tie-dye yourself, or did you explore the option of finding a supplier and going through AliExpress or Alibaba? Like, how did that work?
No, we wanted to do
You wanted to do yourself.
own. Yeah, we wanted to do it ourselves. And we kind of saw a lot of other companies doing it themselves. And
But you needed to get the white clothing
Yeah.
from somewhere, so you
Yeah.
tried Amazon. That didn't work.
So Amazon was just a little too expensive, and during COVID, they would just take way too long to ship. So we just found a manufacturer or wholesaler, and it's just cheaper, and we can buy a huge amount.
How did you find the supplier? How did you get those quality clothes?
it was a total accident. We found it through a friend of a friend, but we actually needed to create this product ourselves. We need to give measurements and everything on how to make this white sweatpants that everyone was so seeking after. And we got really, really lucky.
Yeah, we found one that's close to home, so we go there a couple times a week. We show him samples of what we want. He shows us samples of what he can make, and we kind of work together like that. Just because buying all these products online was just taking too long to ship to us, and we need it quicker, so we just found someone close to us to do that.
It's very interesting how you girls found the tie-dye idea. It just came naturally, because before, Daniella, you mentioned that basically you were wondering about starting Amazon because me and Matt were doing it and your friends were doing it, and you kept trying to bash your head against the wall trying to figure out a product, and then you couldn't figure it out. But then this just came naturally when you were just going about your life. You saw it on Instagram, right? So that's interesting. I think for me as well, like my most successful products with e-commerce have been things that I found naturally, and then I'm like, this is a great idea. And I think same with you, Matt, as well. When I did all the product research techniques and all that kind of stuff that I teach on my channel, you can find great products that way, but it seems, at least from what I've seen, like we all have our own destiny, and there's like a product that just lines up, and it lines up with everything. And for you, it was obvious to do tie-dye. It wasn't just like, will this work? No.
Yeah, we wanted it to work, and we made it work.
Yeah.
Right.
We kept testing different techniques until it looked perfect, until it's absolutely what we loved, what we knew people would love, and we just kind of kept working until we got our best product.
Were you scared when you had the idea? Were you like, ooh, this might not work? Or no, you knew that it was going to work no matter what?
Yeah, we knew.
Yeah, we knew because
we had so much interest at first.
Yeah. It's like we wanted this product for ourselves. And there was that void in the market for it. I could buy it from China, printed. Probably wouldn't be as good quality or cute at all. But that's it was just something
we're all wearing
wanted.
it. It's pretty incredible, by the way. This is their, what's the store name?
The Little Piece of Heaven.
Little Piece of Heaven.
Yeah.
So this is our usual tie-dye.
This is what we started with, basically.
And this is what we hope to grow to.
We got hooked up.
We got hooked up today. Yeah. It's a really nice shirt. By the way, if you guys want some of these shirts, if you guys want Little Piece of Heaven merch, they set up an exclusive code for Ecom Freedom for all of our amazing viewers. There's going to be a link down below, and the code is Freedom10. Freedom10. Okay? Woo. If you want that.
Handmade tie-dye, guys.
It's handmade, by the way.
Everything is handmade.
It's not from China.
No.
Which actually brings us to a very good question. So right now you're doing it all by hand, but you are basically limited, and you have to slave away doing the manual labor all the time.
Sure.
Every time you get an order, like, oh, I have to do tie-dye.
Yeah.
I have to immediately go to my bathtub and do tie-dye.
Yeah.
So are you thinking of transitioning to getting a supplier overseas and getting, offsetting the labor to them so you can focus on your business, or are you just planning on continuing to do the labor yourself?
So we definitely always thought about reaching out overseas to see if these things can be printed, can be screen printed, and not be each piece unique, which we kind of thrive off of.
Yeah.
It's a big part of your business, right?
Yeah.
Because you hand make each thing. So if you go and you find a supplier on Alibaba, for example, well, now it's just mass production. How do you know you're still going to get the orders? Or if people, they're going to get the orders. So how have you been dealing with that?
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle. We don't have the answer. We don't know how to give someone full control in making our product. If they can print each sweater a little bit differently with little mistakes, that'd be great. We love the little mistakes.
Where's the mistake on this one?
No, those are perfect.
Okay.
Those are.
We made yours perfect.
Okay.
But it's going to be weird, and we definitely want to grow from that. Maybe still have a section of hand-dyed items. People love that it comes from Canada.
For sure.
People love that 2 girls made it during a pandemic.
Which is incredible. Most people, they didn't really do anything, during the pandemic. So that's really awesome. So you're having like the classic entrepreneurial dilemma of trying to place your life work into someone else's hands, and you're not comfortable doing it, which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
So what's the plan?
But in the future, we definitely are going to be looking into it. I mean, we can always receive samples and kind of send them things that, like, we can send them a sweater that we love and, like, ask them, hey, can you replicate this? Send it back to us, and we'll kind of, if we love it, we'll give you the go ahead. So we definitely are trying to, in the future, get rid of, like, our manual labor, because it does take up more than half our day that we spend running this company. So that's something we're definitely going to look into.
Yeah.
So let's say you get in 1 week 100 orders, right? 100 orders, and what's your average value of your order? Let's just say $50. How much is this?
Their average
Let's
order is
say
$71.
No, it's
$71. He has access to the
84.
Shopify dashboard.
No, I think it was 81 over the last 30 days.
It's a very good AOV. It's a very good AOV, by the way. So
lots of upsells.
clothing.
Everybody wants the sweaters, and then they want the matching sweatpants.
Yeah.
Or the
did you help them
shorts.
with the upsells and all that? Like
No,
the
that
AOV?
was all your
was that?
boyfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not scared to reach out. We ask for help when we need it. Many people behind the scenes are helping us, but it's working.
It's working. Shopify has incredible apps. Shopify itself is very bland, but the amount of apps that you can add to it is endless.
Crazy.
The possibilities are absolutely endless. They all cost a little bit of money.
But it's worth it. Like, any idea we have, we're like, let's see if an app can do it. And majority of the time, we found an amazing app that can kind of help us kind of be able to customize our items, because people were sending us DMs asking, can I get this shade and this shade and that shade? So we're like, how do we bring that to Shopify? But Shopify was actually able to kind of do that for us.
Yeah, it was able to replicate the way people were DMing us. They're able to actually bring that, go on the website, and it still be a very personal experience.
Yeah, it's very customizable, even just on our website.
We were nervous at first, but
Yeah.
I think it's been working very, very well. The messages people leave us, it's like, I want it lighter and darker, more white, but
Less
not
white.
white. Sure, I'll do all that for you.
Now wait, one
Higher
of the
mathematics.
Yeah.
one of the things that you guys actually do is ship it all out yourselves.
Yeah, we're basically a fulfillment center of our own. We have like shipping bags and our cards and our stickers, and we pack it up, we print a label, slap it on, and bring it to the post office.
So one person's tie-dyeing in the bathtub, and the other person's answering customer support.
We're doing actually everything together, everything at the same time.
Because we need like as many hands as we can get. We can even use another body to help. Like, it's a lot of work,
But no,
and we're
no
just
other
working like crazy in this room, dyeing, packing, shipping, drying, washing.
Answering DMs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Doing absolutely everything.
So wait, what about working as sisters? Why don't you guys talk about that? Because I think just in the 15 minutes that we were here before, we saw a lot.
We definitely saw a lot of just the emotional ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like, you saw us get a product today, and we looked at it. I hated it. She loved it.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's so much conflict. But I think since we're sisters and not friends, we're kind of like, we were literally about to fight and beat each other up, but we're good now, and we're happy, and we kind of get over things quickly just because we've learned our whole life. That's how we resolve our problems.
But you're enjoying it. Like,
For
you're
sure.
enjoying the daily struggles and
Yeah.
the ups and downs.
Yeah, lots of struggles. Lots of struggles. But
So wait, if you guys were to go into business again, would you guys go in together?
Yeah.
Probably.
After knowing each other like this?
Like, we've worked together our whole life. Like, we've been together, same school. We're in the same dental office. Like, we work well together, I would say.
Yeah.
We kind of know how to, like, cater to each other. If one person thinks one thing, the other person thinks the other thing, we kind of know how to
resolve those problems.
Yeah.
Sisters till you die.
Yeah.
DYE.
So are you surprised that you ended up doing e-commerce? Like, are you surprised at all?
For sure.
Yeah.
What do you think about e-commerce, the whole thing? Like for people watching, I'm sure there's many people that want to do the same thing that you did.
Yeah.
Maybe not the exact same product, obviously, but just starting a Shopify business. What do you think about e-commerce and the future of it in terms of, I guess, your business and also just what you're seeing like around going on?
Yeah, e-commerce has been incredible to us. Definitely freedom, definitely liberation. And all those little tie-dye businesses started websites after we started ours. So they were definitely able to see just how more free we were, as in we were able to engage with our followers, our fans.
So you had people that tried copying you.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. We've had...
Anyone that you personally know?
Yeah.
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 Whoa.
Yeah, we've sent out a few emails telling them to change their website.
Cease and desist letters.
Yeah, it was like exactly like ours. But they changed it.
Yeah.
All good. And it kind of shows that we don't need business degrees to do all of this.
Yeah, you don't have any business degree.
We have no business background.
So for someone
Like,
wondering, like, okay, well, I don't really know anything about e-commerce. I don't know anything about nothing, about online business, internet, whatever.
I honestly say just like jump in and do it. You're going to learn as you go. Like, even if you think you know everything, things are going to be thrown at you that you have no idea, that you weren't even expecting it. And you kind of just learn as you go how to resolve those problems.
Yeah, just ask for help. There are so many people that love to show off what they know how to do.
Yeah.
And they'll really, really help you.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, and for people that don't have a great friend group, they can always visit Dan's channel for a bunch of free content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything we know is you can learn it right on his channel.
So you started LPH, Little Piece of Heaven, and that gained traction. And you were posting about it on Instagram, on social media, and it seems like you had people that tried copying what you did. So did that in any way steal your sales? Like, how did you deal with competition, and how did you stay ahead of competition? Because you're still making a significant amount of money. So what happened?
So basically, back way before we had Shopify, we did see this other company, and she also just started a tie-dye company. So we weren't really scared or anything, just because there's a lot of girls on Instagram doing tie-dye. But then when we made the jump to do a Shopify, we saw that she was also soon going to release a website. So we were kind of like, okay, like we'll kind of check it out and see what happens when she posts it. So we've been working on our website with lots of help from her fiance, my boyfriend, and Matt. And we were just kind of trying to make it the best, the most customizable, and kind of just as easy as it is ordering through a DM and telling us exactly what you want. We wanted it on a website. And what happened was she just straight out copied our website.
Yeah, our most, I guess, the part of our website that
stands out the most.
Yeah, only that we could have created.
Yeah.
She copied it piece
100%.
by piece.
So it was a gradual, like first she did one thing, we're like, okay, that's like kind of similar to ours, and then a couple days later we'd be checking again, and it was
copy.
A little more similar until it was like, this is an identical copy of what we literally made. We didn't copy anyone. It was completely our idea.
It was so upsetting.
Yeah,
we were like,
we saw
so like honestly genuinely sad.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my god, like how can someone do this to us?
Someone who has been to business school and should know and be able to create their own ideas and what will sell and whatnot. Like, why is she copying us?
So this person went to business school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Probably one of the best business schools in the country.
Yeah.
And still really wanted to copy us.
And is this just one of the many people that tried to copy you?
Yeah, this is the most, I guess, personal interaction we had with someone that wants to copy us.
The most identical, like the closest.
Yeah. Everyone else's now websites, it's
pretty
really
basic.
hard to make a website, but they're pretty basic.
Okay. So was it like, did the person, you think they saw you were succeeding?
Yeah,
They,
for sure.
And then at first they were like, okay, I'm just gonna like take a few elements. I mean, the name, like I don't know who this person is. I haven't seen the store, but would it be obvious if for a customer, if they saw your store, then they would saw their store? Like,
100%.
who was
yeah.
copying who?
Yeah, they would probably just be like, oh, all tie-dye businesses do this. Or like they would generalize it and be like, it's the only way. But it was really hard to figure out how to promote our product or how to even put our white inventory onto a website.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard.
Yeah.
And we think that that's why no one had a website. Everyone would honestly do everything manually.
It's also because you need to
And
buy
we figured it
special
out.
apps to help. So we found those apps that will kind of help us create what we wanted. And
What are some of those apps? Just for example.
Clavio helps
Clavio?
us.
Pug Swatch. Oh, size charts are attached to each item.
That's like clothing specific, right?
Yeah.
Because people can go, your customers can go and they can customize the order, right? So they can do like, they can do like different, what can they do? Like different,
So they can first pick kind of what they want: t-shirt, sweater, long sleeve. So we let them pick that, and then we let them kind of see the colors. So we have little swatches of the colors, and it's kind of in the cloudy look like our sweaters are, and they get to pick and they'll kind of visualize what it'll look like.
Yeah, so they can pick clouds, swirl, split, and honestly, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
And
We made that all available to just click away on our website and place your order.
So how did you, so like I said, clothing is super saturated. So,
Yeah, so
what was that unique thing that made you stand out? Like what was the branding? What did you sit down and you're like, how are we going to stand out? Because obviously we're not the only tie-dye store out there.
So
you have these business school kids copying you and probably nowhere near as successful. So how did you stand out? What was the strategy?
So we think,
our technique,
yeah,
our dyeing technique and our quality control.
and our customer service, we're so
Customer
nice and
service.
friendly. We literally, our customers are our friends basically at the end of the conversation. We're so nice. We'll respond right away. We're just really, we get really personable with them, and we feel like they appreciate that.
Yeah, the way we would take the orders from our friends at the beginning is the same way we act to our customers
Who we've never met before.
and even when they order online. If they'll order something online and they customized it and we're kind of don't understand one part, we'll text them right away. Like their phone numbers on Shopify.
Yeah.
We just text them from our own personal numbers and have a full on conversation about exactly what they
like, hey
want.
girls, saw your order, like we saw what you wanted, like can you just explain a little bit more, like you wanted more blue, or like we talk to them like it's our best friend.
Have you like dealt with any negativity or any hate? Do you get any of that at all?
Not direct hate, maybe customers that try to get things from us.
Yeah.
They try to take advantage of you.
Yeah, for sure. We always explain like, hey, we're literally two girls hand dyeing this ourselves. Like we're trying our best. Like we thought this is what you wanted. I'm sorry you're not happy with it. But they kind of understand. At the end of the conversation, we're super nice and they're kind of forgiving. But any problem they have, we solve it.
What about
We always
refunds? How do you
solve
deal
it.
with refunds? Like what if I buy this and I'm like, I hate it? You know, I love it. What if I hate it? What happens?
We actually have never really come to that point where someone hated a product that they got.
Oh, you haven't experienced that yet. Oh.
Like once, but
Okay.
she was actually just trying to manipulate us and just wanted to get a
Switching
full
the
refund.
size, and she wanted a different style altogether. It was so we refunded her. She was happy. We're like, hey, just let
just
her
because
be.
she changed her reason of hating the item 5 different
Yeah.
times. Every time we like solved the problem, she'd make a new one and make a new one. It's like, okay, this girl's not going to give us a break.
Like she'll never be happy.
She can have her money.
Yeah, just keep your money, keep the sweater, just leave us alone.
And she lived really far, so that's also hard. If someone lives down the street in our area,
Yeah,
sure,
for sure. We
we'll
kind
do
of
everything.
redyed something. They wanted a little more purple. They came back, dropped it off. We redyed it, and that
But
was
that's for a
easy.
local customer.
That's local.
So
What if someone lives in like California
Yeah,
and we're in
that's
Canada?
that's what happened. We offered, you can kind of ship your item back to us. We'll pay for shipping. We'll redye it, but they didn't like the fact that they'll be without a product for a couple weeks. So
Yeah.
we're just like,
Take
keep your money.
it. Take it all.
Yeah, and they were happy.
They knew they
The
were.
sweater was still nice, and we know she knew it was nice. That's why she was like, okay, yeah, I'll keep the sweater and give me my money back.
That's the end result that she wanted, and she got it. But, yeah, we haven't really. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what you'll experience the first you probably already experienced, but the very first angry customer. And I
Yeah.
mean, even me, like when I experienced that with e-commerce, I was like, I mean, I didn't really take it personally. It depends on the person, but
It's hard not
I was
to.
just like, what do you mean? I tried my best, right?
It's
Yeah.
exactly what we say. Yes,
Yeah.
this girl we had local. She ordered. She hated it. A couple days later, she posted a picture in it, being like, "Hey guys, never mind. I love it." So we're like, "Okay, like,
Yeah.
we were about to refund you. Thank God we didn't, because now you love it."
Yeah. People, I think, just really.
Want something from a company. They see a company, they have money. Like, let them send me my money back.
So basically the number one way that you've communicated with your customers and with your fans. Social media for the account?
Around 1,200.
Yeah, 1,200 in 2 months. And since we hit that 1,000 or since we hit the 900, it's just been growing so much quicker, so much exponentially. And it's people have more trust in us now. And I think our followers and our engagement is really, really important.
Yeah, everyone kind of, when they get their sweater, they'll take a picture in it or their whole outfit, and we share that so people kind of trust us and they see, oh, these girls love their items, like I'm gonna go buy one. So having our customers post pictures in it really helps.
So wait, you guys, before you even had 1,200 followers, 900 followers, you guys were posting for like 3, 4, 5 followers.
Yeah, we were kind of
nobody else goes organic. Like in our program?
Yeah, you started from zero.
You guys started from zero and you started organically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't bought any followers.
No.
Yeah.
And you didn't start, so basically to get your first customers, no ads.
Yeah. Do people usually start with more followers?
Oh, no, people don't start with followers, but the way that we teach it in Ecom Freedom, which is a little bit different. So if you're new to my channel, or maybe you've been watching for a while, then you know that basically what we teach is like drop shipping and then branded drop shipping. There's also private labeling. But just to make it simple, essentially, if you're doing it on Shopify, you launch a store, you pick a product, there's specific ways of finding a product. You can also find it naturally. And then you make a website. And as soon as you make the website, then you basically just film a few ads, and then you launch the ads targeting like, if you're for this business, actually specifically, you're running ads now. So is it cool if you share like an interest? You're doing the ads, right?
Yeah.
So Matt is doing the ads right here. So, okay, talk about the ads. Like what are the ads looking like? What's the ROAS like?
So they have
return on ad spend.
Overall, we have like a 7.84 ROAS. And honestly, it's been really simple to target just because they have such great content to begin with. So you guys have seen how I made the ads and we wrote the headlines together. And the interests have been as simple as like Urban Outfitters and then just retargeting her Instagram.
That's what you're targeting on Facebook, right?
Yeah, just targeting that.
So you just target Urban Outfitters.
And then only on Instagram, post stories. Stories, and we did posts, and the stories have been working so well.
Can we throw up an ad here on the screen? Do you mind if we show an ad?
Yeah, our TikTok one.
Yeah, so they made a TikTok one, and it was so great because they just launched their summer collection.
I find that a lot of people that I coach, especially that we coach in Ecom Freedom, they struggle with making ads because they're like, oh, I don't know how to do, film stuff with the iPhone, and they just want to hire someone. But so the ad is basically just like, what's the ad? It's like the shirt.
It's two girls dancing.
Yeah, it's a girl and a guy. They're wearing our summer collection, and we put a TikTok famous song on, and I open the door, and they're just dancing to the music in our outfit and by the pool, and it just looks cute, and it's just taken from the iPhone.
So it's natural.
Yeah,
and that ad is doing fantastic.
Yeah. Ads probably need to look like a person you're already following. So you don't want it to like have a blank screen in the back with like block writing and a picture. But that's
also what we took to our Instagram. Like we take pictures just like standing, and we take a picture with our iPhone. Like we didn't take any professional photos in a white background. We didn't want that. A lot of people were kind of at the beginning be like, okay, like give me your clothes. We're gonna go and take it at a professional photo shoot place. And we're like, no, we want it to be natural. Like we're going to be like chilling or drinking coffee or whatever, just wearing our clothes and like being super relatable.
I think that's super millennial too, which is so important to target. They love everything.
But who took so in the actual ads and on the pictures on your website, how'd you get the pictures for your site? Is it you? Is
we
it
just
you
take our iPhone, we airdrop it to the computer and upload it right
No, I mean like who's in the pictures? Did you hire models?
It was us.
Yeah.
And then
would cut my face, cut everything, just me like with a sweater.
Oh, so you didn't have to show your face?
No, not at all.
No. And then now we've kind of merged into a hot friend of mine.
Like tall, skinny, like wearing shorts and like super cute, like around the pool, lounging with her fiance and like wearing.
Does it have to be a hot friend? Or can it be like any?
Like it's sold so well, like us, like literally like no head, just like wearing a sweater, and that sold just as well. We just wanted to kind of up our Instagram, still keep it super casual, like it's just a girl just wearing it by the pool. She allowed us to get her face, so we're like, hey.
You can have your face. But to be organic is super important. Just using the product, being in the product. I always try, it's the only thing I wear, so I always try to get pictures of myself wearing it wherever I am, lounging, walking outside, going on a hike, and even our customers, they take pictures, they get it, let's say 2 months ago, they're still posting pictures of them in the product to this day, tagging us. It's like, okay, we get it. But also every time they put it on, they get excitement, and
they love tagging us because they know we're going to share it. And people
maybe
love that as well. They love like a company kind of sharing their picture. So
that's
really fun.
That's really important. And it's also important to kind of, I guess, understand Instagram, understand reposts, understand that whole probably millennial thing.
We've been fans of influencers who just post their daily life wearing cool clothes and they sell it. So we're kind of going to take that and put it on our Instagram and take that blogger lifestyle and put it into our clothing to sell it.
Did you have any limiting beliefs when you were starting out? Because a lot of people deal with this, and I dealt with this too. I'm sure you did as well, Matt, where you're like, well, why would anyone buy our tie-dye?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just kind of went for it. Like, you have all these negative thoughts, but every day we feel defeated. Like, some days we're like, hey, this was a total waste of time, whatever. But you just have to kind of keep pushing yourself.
Keep pushing.
Yeah.
100%.
We used to look back onto all those other companies' Instagrams, what they're doing, what they're not doing, and I feel like we've stopped that.
Yeah, like, you can't be comparing yourself. You'll just feel down and you won't be kind of excited, like, what's the next thing we're going to do? Okay, let's do this. You have to just think forward of, like, what's your next move?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. So for someone watching out there who, you know, maybe they do hate their 9-to-5 job, or maybe they don't. Maybe they're just like comfortable and they just don't want to have to rely on a paycheck. Now, you guys, you know, you have more freedom, even though you're still working dental hygiene. You know, so for someone out there who's just like watching, they want to start an online business, they want to get into e-commerce and do what you did. What would be your best piece of advice for them? So imagine like Daniella and Emily right there, but before they started LPH, right there listening. What would you tell that like earlier Daniella and Emily?
Just organic. Just choose something you love and
make
it better. Like something like an idea that can already be out there. It can be a invented product. I was always thinking for uninvented products. Oh, this will help you. This will help you. No, something that is out there, but you elevate it to a new world. I always give the example of taxis turning into Uber. Taxis were great. They did what they needed to do. They were perfect. Who thought that you can bring it to a level of Uber? Yeah. And it's crazy. So you can take a product that exists, just kind of build a lifestyle to it.
Make it relatable and make it better.
What about like somebody who's not necessarily starting a clothing brand, and instead they're open, you know? What would you tell to that person about e-commerce, Shopify? Is it worth it? Would you recommend it?
So I would 100% recommend it. Just like throw yourself into it and do it. If you are so scared, you obviously don't want to quit your 9-to-5 because it's a huge risk. Try cutting back on days. Try focusing on your weekends and don't go to the park with your family or
That's
friends.
That's what you did. You cut back on
exactly,
days, right?
Like we don't have a day off. We say no to certain things just because we kind of spend every moment we have not working into this business. So
you feel good about it.
We feel awesome and we're super happy.
So what are the next steps? Like right now, and Matt, you know their numbers as well because you're running their ads. Right now, they're doing about how much are you spending on ads per day, and how much are they making?
Yeah, no, we're just running like $40-$50 on ads a day.
Only $40-$50 a day, right? That's
it's really just we're just
that's so much.
Yes, they don't really know how to use ads.
For me, that's very little.
But yeah, basically the idea, we're just kind of retargeting and just trying to get some new people into their store to help expand and.
But so $40-$50 on ads a day, and how much do you what's the revenue in the store per day like? How much are they doing right now? Approximately.
Yeah, so they're doing like anywhere between 600 to 1,500 a day.
Wait, really? How much?
Yeah, 600 to 1,000.
Okay, so and that's organic. So organic meaning like basically customers finding their business through Instagram, right? So they're doing that plus the paid ads on Facebook. Is it just Facebook?
Yeah, we're just doing it's Instagram. We're only using Instagram though.
Oh, only Instagram. Yeah. Facebook owns Instagram. It's the same ad platform.
Yeah.
Cool. So now,
people are also coming back. We have returning customers.
Oh, yeah, they have like a 15%.
They love it. We were so nice to them. They got their product quickly, and then they order a sweater. So we do have an amazing kind of returning customer
rate.
Yeah.
Okay. So
15%.
15% is huge. A
Yeah.
huge returning cut. Yeah, I saw the Shopify dashboard as well. That's the cool thing about Shopify too, because you can literally see everything. You can see which product sells the most, what time people are coming on, and you're learning about that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know the whole Shopify dashboard.
No, my favorite page on Shopify is how many people are live on your site at that minute. I click
checking out, purchasing.
I click that little live view, and I can see where in the world they're viewing our things. Right when we started, Saudi Arabia was
Poppin'.
A1 on our site. They
Yeah.
they loved our site. And then now our goal is to expand in the States. Obviously, a lot more people live in the States than Canada, so that would help. But we have reached east to west in Canada, which is amazing, and like sending things out to across Canada, even to the States, is
cool.
mind-blowing, cool, liberating.
We're really proud of our work.
Yeah, you
I
should
would
be.
say we're super happy.
That's awesome. So what are the next, like, what's the next goal? Like, did you set a goal where you're like, okay, by this time we want to be making this much money, or maybe a goal about like, by this time we're going to be in America, you know? Do you have anything like that?
We don't have sales goals
Okay.
per se. We kind of just...
We have goals of ideas of different launches we want to do. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to kind of share anything, but we kind of are always thinking about the future. Like, okay, in a month from now, we'll be selling this. And then the month after, like, we want to do this. So we do have ideas for the future of kind of branching out from tie-dye to other things. So we do have goals of kind of what we want to reach.
Yeah.
Are you
we're
making-
thinking about fall, we're thinking
Yeah.
about winter.
Oh,
Like
Yeah,
we're kind
seasons.
of, because that's how clothing works, I guess. So that's clothing specific. And also possibly taking the labor out of
Yeah.
tie-dyeing. That'd be...
So you mean like finding a
Amazing.
supplier who can like actually do it,
Possibly.
and you're open obviously to like anywhere in the world, right? Not just China or that's a
Yeah.
huge thing. So how much are you projecting, if you are projecting? How much do you think that you guys are going to do this year with A Little Piece of Heaven?
100K.
100K,
Yes.
and you're already at.
We have kind of a daily goal to get there.
Yeah.
So we kind of like...
What is
look
that daily
if we
goal?
300?
No, it's like a little less, 270 something. But we
300?
kind of like, if we beat that, we're like, hey, like we're happy.
Yeah.
So 100K in sales
Sales.
in a year. Yeah. What's your like margin on that? Do you know your profit margin? No. Oh, I didn't know for a long time
He
too.
built us
It's-
kind of an Excel spreadsheet.
It's all in the Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
He built it for us, like what we pay, like our like shipping and our packaging and everything.
But then you guys also have fantastic boyfriends and fiancés
Yeah.
that help with all that as well.
Yeah.
because
with
we-
all the
no
accounting
business
stuff.
School, we don't know what that means.
But it's
Yeah,
okay, you
and
guys learn.
expense, costs.
We're learning.
So we were talking, and obviously their story is incredible, and there are many people out there who are obviously inspired. Hopefully you've been inspired. And honestly, even listening to them, and I think for you as well, like for me, like this took me back to my early, because I've been in business for a few years now, for several years, and it took me back to just the first few months where I was also like, I was doing everything. Now I have a team, and I was, just running around trying to figure out like taxes and all this stuff, and I was actually kind of scared of these things. And so it was a breath of fresh air for me, and I think obviously it inspired many people as well, hopefully yourself watching. So they are actually starting a podcast. What's the podcast called?
Oops, I started a business.
Incredible name. So basically this podcast is going to be presented by Ecom Freedom, and it's going to be on iTunes, Spotify, right?
iTunes, Spotify, YouTube,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Anywhere where you can listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
Cool. And what are you guys going to be talking about on the podcast?
Kind of, so we start off by talking about how we came about, how we became Little Piece of Heaven.
Our weekly struggles, like our customers, our products, our supplier, like just anything that's happened that week, we will take you guys with us and explain how we kind of dealt with it and just all of our funny behind the scenes.
Yeah, and we're kind of also really excited to take everyone on the ride of moving from our 9 to 5 into only doing Little Piece of Heaven. And I think to document all of that and to have our listeners kind of on board with us during that time is super exciting. And we're kind of going to build a little family.
Yeah.
So you already filmed one podcast episode,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And that's live right now. So when you're watching this, you can actually check out that podcast episode. There's going to be a link down below, as well as for the shirts with the code FREEDOM10. And just go ahead, go on the podcast. There's going to be like a subscribe button. So subscribe to the podcast. I think that's how it works,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, subscribe, follow the podcast. It's going to be incredible. And, hopefully they get to 1 million eventually.
Hope so.
And then
Definitely.
they'll be able to look back. I mean, you're in the trenches.
It's
with
a
us.
really, really, really good podcast. I edited it, and it's amazing. I think you girls love it too.
I love it, yeah.
They've had a chance to listen to it.
Matt's been like the producer of this. He's been working together with them. So
it's a great story. It's so early, and to be able to follow along with this is going to be a lot of fun for you guys, and especially because they do have a little bit of a different approach from what we teach at Ecom Freedom.
Yeah.
That you guys can have a completely different perspective on business, how they're doing it from their own house. So it's really the dream. They're struggling with things like whether you should quit your job, right? Like stuff like that.
Mindset stuff, right?
Mindset
psychological.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that they're struggling with that I think a lot of you guys are going to be struggling with too, especially when in the early days of your business.
For sure.
And also it's just like two regular girls doing a podcast.
Just shooting the
which is incredible because I think that, on my channel, it's not just men, it's everybody. And so I think this can also connect with that side of the audience as well.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you,
you
Matt,
guys
Emily,
so much.
Daniella. And
Super
I hope you
excited.
enjoyed this interview. I hope you enjoyed their story. It's always incredible to interview different kinds of people on my channel. And honestly, I hope to do that a lot more. So go ahead and subscribe to their podcast. Link is down below. There's already going to be the first episode where they're going to talk also about their story. And they're going to go a little bit more in depth into that because it's just going to be them without me and Matt here intruding. So
That podcast is going to be released every week on Wednesdays.
Yes.
So make sure to subscribe to never miss the newest episode. So many golden tips in there. It's just a great podcast and obviously very entertaining to listen to.
Yeah. And also if you want Little Piece of Heaven merch with the exclusive Ecom Freedom code, there's going to be a link down below.
Freedom 10.
Freedom 10.
10% off.
The new summer
Yes,
sale is here.
Summer
the
sale is
collection,
here.
the summer collection, not
And it's
sale.
limited stock, right? Limited stock.
Yes.
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Handmade.
Handmade, limited stock. Make sure to go get them. Support their business and
Yeah.
help them reach 7 figures. Help them reach that magic million. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Bye. Yeah,
I don't know what the f- I'm doing in this.
Just